What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today for the interview, I got my boy Brody with me today. He came down to Greeley. We're going to get an interview in, chop it up, talk about the come up, talk a little about what it's been like for the last couple months, and even where he sees himself in the future. So I'm going to let Brody introduce himself first, and we're going to get into it.
Brody September, recording artist. You know the deal. Singles coming all year. Let's get it.
Hell yeah. So when did you start rapping?
I wrote my first rap in my sophomore year.
Okay. Of high school?
Mm-hmm.
And what made you rap when you were a sophomore in high school?
So I was pretty good at team sports.
Yeah.
But I wanted to do it myself. I figured if I could figure out a way to elevate my life to the next level,
Yeah.
and I was the only person in my way,
Okay.
then I could do it. Also, rap just resonated with me from where I came from, how I grew up, the people around me.
What's the rap scene like in Ohio? Actually, that's where you're from, right?
Yeah. So, the rap scene in Ohio, obviously, you have Trippie Redd, you have, like, Insomniac, Lambs, and...
was that growing up, or was that trending as you were a teenager?
So that was trending as I was a teenager. A lot of times, with music in Ohio, I mean, Bone Thugs and Harmony's from there.
Yeah.
So they have a good music scene as far as, you know, legends go. You got MGK right now, which people like his
Everyone's
music. People,
yeah,
exactly.
MGK.
Like
It's
he's
MGK.
like went global.
Yeah.
Trippie Redd, obviously, people fucked with him pretty heavy, and you know, plenty more. It's so close to.
So do you see Ohio? My bad.
No, you're good.
Do you see Ohio being a place that artists can easily, not easily, but they're taking the more commercial or signing way out? Like, do you think that artists are able to like get signed more freely out of there, or like what do you see the success as?
Like, are you asking, can people go up there and kind of get a commercial route?
Do people get famous from where you're from normally?
I think a lot of people in Ohio don't want to be famous.
Okay.
I think it happens from, you know, you have to be from Ohio and kind of like build your wave in Ohio because it's all from where you're from out there. So if you're from Columbus is going to rock with you heavy. If you're from Cleveland, whichever side, like, they're going to rock with you heavy. So it's a homegrown type of thing. There's not really... One, people don't just go out there because they want to get on. Yeah. And two,
it's not somewhere someone's destination is like Ohio.
Right. Well, they don't see like how crazy like the scene actually is, but it is a good scene in Ohio. I think the people in Ohio that really want to get on and want to be famous, they don't really find success. But the people that do it for, you know, their friends and family around them or their hood or whatever,
like a natural cause.
Mm-hmm. They end up getting on because it's just that real shit comes out of Ohio, pretty much.
Logan Paul's from Ohio, right? The Paul brothers?
I think they are,
I don't know if you want to admit that and claim them, but...
Hey, they're getting it, so it's...
Really... He's got, like, the #1 podcast in the world. What's Ohio like? Fuck, I mean, I've been there, but, like, I think, like, what I know is, like, Amish.
There are Amish in Ohio, for sure.
And he's not even there anymore. And... like the Browns. It's like the city of like hated sports teams.
Yeah, for sure. But side note, the Cincinnati Bengals did just go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But so in Ohio, there's a lot of big cities out there that people don't really like. They I don't know, there's like a misperception of Ohio. I mean, you have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out there. You have Columbus, Cincinnati, like Dayton. It's pretty close to, you know, it's connected to Michigan. Yeah. So people go up there all the time too. So I don't know, and it's off of Lake Erie, so like right across the lake is Canada.
And PA.
Yeah. So like Ohio's a pretty like poppin' place, honestly. Like it's really not bad. A lot of people are into like shit posting out there and everything like that. So
how old were you when you left Ohio?
So I moved away from Ohio when I was still a baby. My dad still lives out there and I visit like pretty often. My sister lives out there too.
Much of Ohio.
As far as like remembering, you know, I got a lot of my memories from traveling out there. Okay. And like we would go a lot when I was a kid. I still go now. My first like radio performance was in Ohio too. So hell yeah. There's definitely a lot of memories out there. There's a lot of people that I know, and it's home for sure.
Would you compare your sound then too to like the people out there as well? Like, is it influenced from the sounds that you grew up listening to there, or is it influenced from the sounds that you like grew with traveling and shit?
Yeah, so I have a unique sound, as everyone would probably say, but it's different because I have bars, but also I focus on melody too. I think some of my sound does come from Ohio, as far as like the rasp in my voice or just like how I, do certain melodies. But as well, it kind of grew in Kansas, so
Okay.
there's a lot of sound there too.
Yeah, hell yeah. Speaking about Kansas then, so what's Kansas music like? Cause trying to think like somebody big out of Kansas. Shit, I don't know.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people in Kansas that are popping, and the Kansas music scene is something not to be fucked with. I mean,
Yeah.
like it's probably one of the biggest in the world right now.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, you have people that have been on for a minute. Obviously, people mention certain artists that, everybody knows. But then, you have like Kai Colors, G Watts, GB Truth, Rory Fresco.
Hell yeah.
The underground scene is pretty crazy too. And
What's that more not comparable to, but like underground there, would it be like rock and roll rap? Like what's the mixture that created
it's gangster rap. So
Gangster? Okay.
like Kansas, like, Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, whichever,
tough there.
side. They call it Killer City. So like the underground scene is just gangster rap pretty much. And then like you have a lot of singers out of there too, like Nave Monjo, like he's pretty big, and he sings, he's a good person as far as like music goes, like he's out there in the industry. I mean, Rory Fresco, he's a rapper, but he's linked up with big names. He has a song with like G-Eazy, Kid Ink.
Oh yeah, I've heard of Kid Ink.
Yeah, Real Goats is also out of Kansas, so
Okay.
the group that shoots the Baby's music videos and
isn't that his thing though?
no,
Like Real Good?
no, Real Goats, like REEL
Like yeah,
Goats.
like it smashes.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was his label.
So like they're out of Kansas. Like most of the people in
Yeah.
there, like Shaq Gonzo is one of the people that I know, and then his friends and some other people. They're based out of Kansas. I know Shaq is from Atlanta,
Okay.
but yeah. So Real Goats based out of Kansas, and they've shot for other big names as well. I don't know if they might have a partnership or something. I mean, all that really doesn't matter too much to me, but yeah, so with the Kansas music scene, I mean,
It's active.
oh yeah, super active. I mean, like you have D-Walk is another one I forgot about. D-Walk, like he's signed with QC right now too, so yeah.
I know Walk Dog or Walk.
Yeah,
That
D-Walk
might be the same guy then.
Yeah, he's from out of Kansas right now. I'm pretty sure
he
he's
can
signed to
Memphis.
QC, but
Does KC sound like Memphis sound?
no.
Mm.
There's also like Diamond Johnson. He's a drummer, and he's working with the Kid Leroy right now.
Oh shit.
And he also just did a few shows with Gunna and Young Thug. He actually just did SNL with Gunna like
Wow.
a few nights ago. So
Like his live.
yeah, so like Kansas is turn up right now, really.
Hell yeah. What was the reason for coming to Denver then? Did you see this as like a hotter or more growth?
I don't know if there's any like undiscovered area that's hotter than Kansas City, Missouri right now. But I came out here because I was networked out in Kansas, like I know a lot of people. I'm in that scene with them. Like
Yeah.
I either have mentors or I've worked with a few people. So the reason I moved out here is because it's good to move around. If you're making music, make sure to move around. Don't stay in your neighborhood and think you're gonna be on some poppin' shit, because you're not.
Hell yeah. I agree.
But yeah, so I came out here. I developed my sound, decided I would take the step out here, and the people that I rock with in Kansas and other places, they think it's a good idea as well, because, I mean, Denver is hot, like just all around. Like there's so much to do. There is a music scene, but you can also create your own. It's not saturated out here.
No, yeah.
So, that was the difference.
It's low-key saturated in the way that like locals
Yeah.
saturated, but that's everywhere you move.
Right.
It's like you move to Florida, you move to Georgia, you move anywhere, it's like you're gonna deal with those people who
Locals,
are there originally.
yeah.
And it's like I like had this talk with my mom a couple months ago. I was like, what's the separation between a creative that like leaves home and like a creative that like never gets out of the hype of home? You know what I mean? And like sometimes it's hard for me to like separate whether like people are hype or whether they're hype because of their homies. And like that's something what fucking sucks sometimes, is because like judgment shouldn't be based like that, but like sometimes it's like, damn bro, like that's not like, heck, it is support, but like you're not getting supported by people you don't know, or like making that headway and being a creative, because like being a creative is like, feel like it's like getting it to everyone. And like even if it's not like some shit that they might watch or some shit that they like actually fuck with, like maybe your video or your song, like they hear it and they're like, fuck, like I like that shit now, and like they start playing that genre.
Well, that's the thing, staying in a town for too long, don't want your friends to be your number one fans. You shouldn't expect your friends to be the people that elevate you to that level. Your friends should be working with you and helping you get there for sure. But if they're your number one fans, you should probably move or start traveling a little bit. Corday said, it's really fun when strangers hear your music, right? And they comment on it and they talk to you and you're interacting with.
They give you more support than your real friends.
Well, that's the thing. It becomes more fun because strangers will hit you up and be like, I love your music. Like, this helped me. Like, this shit is like a, turn up. I can party to this, everything. And so, when strangers are interacting with you and listening to your music, it becomes a whole different thing than, when you post something and only your friends hear it. I mean, how long is that going to be fun?
Nah, I agree, bro. Like, it's not like you're actually growing then. Like, it's not that you're not growing and shit, because, like, you're getting activity, you're getting motion, but, like, it's like, it's like a dude who, like, every Friday, like, he has, like, his friends that are girls, and he plans it out. Like, he knows he can go out and do that shit, but, like, eventually it's like, bro, like, what then? Like, you got 5 girls with you. No girl's gonna want to get with you. You're loaded. They don't need that. They don't need that stress. Like, it's kind of like fucked. With coming to Colorado, so far, how do you feel like your sound has like grown or like changed for you? Maybe it stayed the same.
Yeah, so I've definitely developed a more unique sound as far as creativity goes. Being out here has allowed me to open up my mind a little bit, take some stresses away from, a legal state.
Yeah.
And so it's really the group of people I'm around too. The group of people I'm around now, just they give me better vibes to make better music, and it's just the way that we're living. For a long time, like, I was just doing it to where figuring out what I thought was good and making music for myself, but I have people around me that I want to elevate with me to the next level.
So you're creating with other people now,
I was always creating with other people, but now it's more of let's take this, to the next level together.
So your sound can incorporate there.
Yeah, more. Exactly.
I feel it. When you make music with another person or even by yourself, like, what's the creative process for you? Like, are you writing? Are you freestyling? How do you make your best music?
I make my best music when I punch in. Like, just my homie Zeus, he's always cooking up with beats, so I got beats on deck all the time. Fire. Shout out to Zeus. But, so my best music, I think, is when I just punch in. I might have a bar or two just stacked up on, like, some ammunition type shit, but I just take that and I run from there. That's probably my best sound, when I can just put headphones on, hear myself, find a melody, and just, go with it. I do write, like, every day. Like, I consistently write.
So is the writing is every day, but would you say recording is when you have a piece, like, composed for yourself, or is that every day as well?
I don't wait to record when I have something composed.
Okay.
It's more, I think if you record every day, that's good, but you gotta take a step back, at least for me.
Yeah.
So I don't record every day, but I make content or write every day. But yeah, when I go to record, I don't have to have a song ready. I don't have to have a piece ready. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I just hop in and,
It's off the top.
Yeah.
Do you think one makes better music for you? like one creative process over the other?
I think they help each other. So when I'm writing, I can think about what a melody would sound like if I was just punching in.
Yeah.
And I'm only able to punch in because I've written so much.
Okay.
Like, I just have years of experience of writing music. So since I have so many years of writing my own music, then I know how I want to hop on a beat. I know, what...
Do you choose them generally, or are they just sent to you and you just work with it?
Beats?
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll just get kind of flooded with beats. But, like, when we want to do something, like, pretty serious, like, me and my homie will just sit down and we'll listen to kind of what he's got going on, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Word. Do you record in a studio a lot of the time, or I know you're a Full Sail student, so you probably have the whole like setup and everything, right?
Yeah, so I have a whole mixing setup. We have a booth too, all blacked out, all soundproof, everything. And so, like, I work out of there a lot. But then me and the squad, we hit the studio up in Westminster, Colorado, sound recording. And we start mastering out there, and that's where we finalize the music. But as far as recording goes, I have recorded at the studio as far as Colorado sound recording, but a lot of times I like to sit there, be by myself, and just do what I do. And if you know how to mix and record yourself, then you can do the mix if you have good enough equipment, and just make sure you get your shit mastered, because it makes the difference.
And I feel it was mastering something that like in the future you want to do as well, on some like master P shit, like do everything.
I'm just not interested in mastering.
Okay,
like
I feel you.
I probably could do it now if I sat down and learned it, because I know pretty much how to do most things when it comes to recording music. But yeah, I'm just not interested in it.
And you're in school right now still too, while you're doing all of your like music endeavors as well. What are you doing with school?
Oh yeah, so I'm a graphic design major.
Hell yeah.
Senior in this bitch, about to graduate.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's just what I do, like, and I got a 3.4 right now, about to graduate with like 3.4. Hopefully I can bump it up 3.6, but like, I graduated high school with like a 1.9. So it's like, it's something that I wanted to do as far as college goes. I think studying graphic design, it gives you a broad spectrum of stuff you can do in the music industry and for yourself. And just trying to graduate, really. And I don't know my professors, because I get in there with school and then I bounce back out to this creative shit. Alright, so when I first started rapping, right, it was on some like, well, I told you earlier, like, kind of why I started.
Yeah.
And like, I put my first song out, and it was like good, like cool, that kind of did rap music or just like made music and stuff like that. But I started doing it and I was decent. Like, if I go back now, I'll be like, oh, what the fuck was I doing? All that type of shit. But like, I was in high school, I was like 16. I hit like over 80,000 streams on SoundCloud. I was a SoundCloud rapper in high school and shit. Or? Just all together, I think it was like 10 songs or something like that.
Okay.
And then maybe less, actually. I don't think I made 10 songs in high school. But so kind of got popping in high school, and like, bro, it's different. Like I'm not saying I was popular or anything like that, but like, even if I feel like popularity, and then like being a high school rapper and being like kind of popping, it's just different, bro. Cause like, I went to a big school, so I walk into the classroom, and it's just like, you're almost not ready for people looking at you. Like, a lot of people fucked with my shit, but also a lot of people thought I was just like a dickhead and whatnot. But so like, it's just on a whole different level being a high school rapper, and like everybody knowing you, and then like the school asking you to do like intro music for announcements, certain things like that. Like, if you're a high school rapper like popping right now, like, don't worry about what anybody is saying at all.
Did you feel like it affected you in the moment, or do you feel like you look back now and you're like, I don't give a fuck?
No, I don't think it ever affected me. I kind of appreciated it. I knew what I was bringing on to myself. I even got so big at one high school that I transferred to another high school just to do it all over again. So,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good move if, you can go to a high school and get it popping real quick. Those are people that will know you forever.
Do you still work with any of the artists? Did you work with any artists in high school?
So the first artist I worked with was Diamond Johnson, who's the drummer I was talking to you about. We just made a few beats, did a few shows together. That was, about it. I would say he's one of my friends, like, got love for him, like, and so, he's doing big things right now. Shout out to him. But besides that, I had a few friends like Aaron Collins, Tucker Spears, so a couple people I would work with. So a few friends I did work with and make some rap music with in high school, just like for some fun shit, and they were good at what they do. And then besides that, I just would pull up at shows that my mentors were at and just kind of kick it with the fam.
Hell yeah.
As far as the bros go, and everyone that I was working with was really just on some network shit.
With music here then, what's your not plan but hopes within the next year? What are you trying to really get done? And obviously you put music out, you explained your job to me, but it might be cool to explain it to them so that maybe your fans and have a deeper understanding.
Yeah.
But
so which drop, what exactly is the question?
Your monthly song that you're gonna drop,
mm-hmm.
What's the I'm just asking what's the next year have?
Word. So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, we're putting out singles all year long. The next one, undisclosed title, but it's gonna be fire. We're here for the spring.
Are these all singles or are they features still?
So we might throw a few features in there.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't decided on that. But yeah, so singles pretty much every month or around that time, 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. And then for the creative side of it, we're going to be putting out freestyles like Super Gremlin that we just put out. We're going to be doing the 90 Days a Game for a few months here. And then every month it'll lead up to a new song with a video. And, by the end of the year, we're going to rack up those streams because I know you guys fuck with me and I fuck with you too. So we're going to get this together. But, it's time to elevate. I like what, the city's doing, everyone that I know, what they're doing. And for me, it's just time for me to go to the next level. And, I hope a lot of you are with me and I'm going to be with a lot of you. But it's time to get it for real.
Hell yeah. How do you appreciate Colorado for the beauty some? You fuck with
hell yeah, bro. The thing about that is that, okay, so when you don't live out here or anywhere that's breathtaking,
yeah,
then you'll see a picture and be like, wow, this is so breathtaking, But you don't actually get to experience being around something to where you don't have any words for it. You don't even want to take a picture of it. Yeah. With the mountains and everything like that. We just hit up a hike the other day and, I had a friend that was living out here. We would go on hikes, but he would go to the craziest spots. So, it's really just the beauty out here. I mean, as cliche as it sounds, it really changes you. It really puts a whole different perspective on, just, your ego, the way that you think about things. And, I say your ego because you might hike somewhere and it's literally so breathtaking that, this earth is just meant for itself, almost.
Yeah.
It's just
I agree.
You have to appreciate it and you almost have to put yourself second because you're this creation is wild.
Talking about creation, what do you think happens when you die?
Shit. Honestly, I don't know, because I'm here and I'm alive, baby.
You don't worry about that shit a lot.
I wouldn't say I don't worry about it. I think people that say they're not scared of death are liars, but...
I'm not scared of death. I'm comfortable with it. I have the knowledge that everyone dies.
Yeah, we all
I can't avoid that shit, bro. Fuck.
Yeah, you can't avoid it.
I don't have that lucky card that's just oh, you're out of that one.
Yeah,
you're lucky.
But I don't think people would get too much anxiety if, people didn't worry about dying.
I mean, bro, you could die fucking opening the door, slip and fall, crack your head off the bed, you're dead.
Yeah, I think that happens to the people that don't actively think about it, probably. So, yeah, I think about it, what happens, I don't know. it depends on who you are, probably, and what you believe.
Hell yeah.
And, so I'm sure there is a greater place for all of us to go if we're allowed to go to that place. And there's probably other places, too. So I have no idea. I think while you're here, you should expand your mind as much as possible, figure out what you do believe in, and, get a little bit more of an understanding of maybe what's next. Yeah.
I think it's hard too, man. It's like, at some point, like, my dad said this shit to me when I was, like, young, and I got in trouble for one of the first times. He's like, you're not going to understand this shit now. He's like, you're not going to get why, like, I fucking, like, I'm telling you this, or, like, why I'm mad, and I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't get it, and, like, when I grew up, I was like, damn, like, that's part of understanding, is, like, I look back, and I was like, now I'm like, damn. Like, I wish I would have cared. I wish I would have been, like, slowed down, and, like, I don't know, man. Like, life's fucked. Like, you just live, and, like, every day you learn off of shit. It's like you learn how to cook something in the microwave faster. You like, it's crazy. Like,
yeah,
you're progressive.
Yeah, definitely understanding stuff, or having the ability to realize that you're not going to understand everything.
Yeah. Like, just being open to learn.
Yeah, exactly.
You fuck with any, like, psychedelics?
Yeah, I like mushrooms a lot. I like microdosing a lot. I think microdosing is really healthy for you. That's about the only psychedelic, like I've done Molly, but not really a psychedelic.
I kind of fuck with Molly. It's like,
Molly's pretty crazy,
ADHD, bro. So like, it just hones me in like I'm on fucking like medicine. I sit there and like everyone's like touchy and like, oh, I fucking taste the music, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm watching this show.
Yeah, bro.
Do you want to stay in Denver and like Colorado for the indefinite time, like maybe a couple years, or you trying to go somewhere in the next couple of years?
My plans right now are to figure out how to elevate the people around me, and whatever is next from there, we'll probably all decide together.
So you're trying to move as a team?
Definitely moving as a team.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Not
necessarily where we're moving to or anything like that, but just, in this music shit in general, moving as a team.
Are you worried about, I've never talked about it before, like, somebody big on being real, or with, like, mainstream media, and, like, as you get into, like, actual music industry type shit, like, talking to labels, talking to lucrative people, are you worried about, like, not compromising, but, like, being exposed to, like, that type of shit?
No.
Not at all?
No. And, like, I say that because look how many people don't let the industry get to them. That's why I have a solid...
As in, like, getting changed by...
Getting changed by, whatever it is, and that's why the people around me, they're solid people. They know the direction that we're going in, so, it's based on who you have around you to a certain extent. So I'm not too worried about any industry politics or anything like that.
Word.
It's just...
You don't worry about, like, the drama and shit?
No, fuck all that. Like, I grew up in drama. Like, I know how to deal with that shit. Like,
what do you think about Kanye and his girl or his ex-woman?
I mean, honestly, like, I can't speak on a billionaire right now. Like, I don't, like, that's a whole, it's just a different life. And as far as the creative goes, like, can I see where he's coming from sometimes? Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But, like, as far as, like, my opinion on his life is, like, a billionaire lifestyle. I've never experienced that yet. So, like, I have no idea, like, how to interpret it, like, at all.
Let me reword that. Who do you think is, like, the hottest rapper right now? Who do you listen to and bump the most besides yourself?
Me.
Okay.
No, I would say the hottest in my opinion, or, like, numbers-wise?
Nah, just, like, who you fuck with. Like, you hop in your car and you're, like, playing that person.
Well, I listen to a lot of Roy Fresco, actually.
The dude from Kansas?
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of Kai Colors and D-Walk. Another person, I listen to Lil Baby. I think Gunna is, like, the GOAT. When I need, like, to get out of the headspace of, like, traditional rap, I'll listen to, like, Juice WRLD and X. And then I like to say that I listen to MGK, but I just don't. Trippie Redd is a good one, though, that, like, if I need to, like, step outside, as far as, like, there's just different moods for different artists to where I'm like, this is my favorite artist for this mood, you know, like.
Not how you, like, how you're feeling.
Yeah, because Smino is a big one that I really like to listen to, you know, and Don Toliver. So,
I fuck with Don Toliver.
Yeah, like.
What do you see with your, like, music career? Are you continuing to go solo the whole way, or are you trying to snag a deal somewhere and, like, make it on your terms and shit?
Right now we own everything, so my homie Zeus, he makes the beats, I make the raps.
And you would just own royalties to each component then?
Yeah, and
Okay.
CJ does the videos, so we're all in this together, so we own every part of that, as far as like publishing goes and royalties, everything. So with that, I mean, you know, there's a lot that we could do once we get to, you know, that platform. At the same time, like, I don't think we're really thinking about, are we gonna sign,
like anything in the future.
Yeah, I mean, we're just thinking about when people start reaching out to us, we will be ready.
No, hell yeah.
Pretty much.
Who's somebody that you would really want to work with? They can be mainstream, local, anything.
Anyone that I would want to work with. That's a really good
What
question.
type of beat are you sending them?
So if I was to plug like one of Zeus's beats,
Like, if you were to look up on YouTube, like, type beat, what type of beat would it be?
like what artist?
Yeah.
What artist?
Not artist, but like,
like
who would you want to work
Yeah, like
with?
Lil Baby type.
Who would you
want
to work with? And then what type beat are you sending them? Like,
I want to work with a lot of creatives, whether it's mainstream or local. Like if you're out there, you know, on some rap shit, I'm down with that too. But if you're like a true creative and you just can dive into a song and, you know, as far as the sound of it, how you want to delay your voice, how you want to reverb your voice, what EQ are you
how
using?
did you learn to do that?
Just, you know,
Figured
it out, being around people that were doing it, learning as I went. So yeah, like if you're somebody that's a creative, to me, I mean, it doesn't matter if they're super poppin' or local. I would love to meet more local creatives. Like, you know, that's what we're here. That's what we're about. We want to get to know people on a personal level and see like how good of a creative they are. But as far as somebody that's poppin', you know, I'll definitely have to say, like, working with Lil Baby would be crazy.
Yeah.
I think I could come with it, like, you know, in the studio. And, I think that'd be wild because I think he punches in. The beats are always fire. And I think I could hop in there, punch in, and just, you know, vibe off of each other.
Yeah.
Right now, when we shoot footage, it's usually CJ directing it and with the camera.
Yeah.
And, you know, he does a great job of getting the right angles, and the more we work together, like, we kind of are able to figure out how to build the scenes, the looks, and the angles that we want. And so we get a lot of B-roll on a camera that I have, and whoever's around, you know, just pick up the camera and get some B-roll with us.
Hell yeah.
You know, we do it intentionally, though. So we go in with a plan, or at least a little bit of a plan, and then we go from there. You know, we'll get turn-up scenes, and there's a time for that. There's a time to get...
It's all in-house production. Fuck, joke.
Yeah. So it's all in-house, you know. Maybe in the future we might hire a few people for certain things or to be in the videos and stuff. But, yeah, right now, the creative process for videos is just, you know...
Will that be in the future, too, like your own? Hopefully, like, you own your own production house and shit. Like, I know, like, some rappers got their own.
Yeah, so we definitely want to take it there. As far as having a production house, production office, all of that for creatives to just pull up and, you know, there's a spot for it. And so, yeah, it's all in-house. CJ's behind the camera, directing shit. His brother Curtis does a lot as far as, like, helping us with certain things. And but, yeah, I do want to mention Super Gremlin Freestyle's out now on YouTube.
Link below.
It's pretty hot. It's getting hot right now. Fire. Video's fire. Check it out. It's a nice little melody. And then the next song that we're going to put out is crazy. So
That's the name, or it's just crazy?
it's just crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll show you.
Okay.
We'll show you.
I'll let you guys know after.
Yeah.
Pinned comment.
If you're a creative rapper, musician, anything like that, hit me up. I want to get to know people. I want to bounce ideas off of each other. I want to build each other's confidence, whatever the case is. I want to make some turn up shit, go do some shows with whoever. But yeah, we're out here. We want to work with as many people as possible, and we salute everyone that's being a creative right now because it is not easy.
Facts.
So yeah.
I agree.
We got a lot of music coming. Keep
on the
pushing.
monthly drop once a month.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not a word. We'll link everything down below.
We also have a giveaway, so make sure to tap in with my pages, follow up, and we're gonna have a giveaway here soon. So
tags to everything down below. Stay tuned. I got some big interviews coming up, very big and crazy. I think it's gonna shake your socks off, and I'm trying to do some documentaries. So if anybody's wanna hit me up and you want a hood vlog, I got you. I'll come to your hood, cook up crack in front of me. I'll record it. All good. Let's do it. I appreciate you for coming out, man. Drop a like, subscribe, comment, show some love to all the tags below. Once again, thank you guys.
Dope.
Word.
Appreciate you.
Hell yeah.